So DDP's coach, this is so insane we're talking about this, but this is that side of the world. DDP's coach tweeted out before, I think even, I forget when he it was on his Instagram, but he's talking about his 8% breathing. And then he's saying, Izzy, we're coming for you. You're not even a real African. Check your passport. You're the one that moved out of here. You're not a real African. The true African is to be champion. And that's when it gets dicey. And I think this is a huge this is two-sided. I think it's a huge mistake by DDP's coach to go that direction. But then also, I don't know the politics out there. I don't know how that works, right? Like, does the South Africans feel that way? Like, is that a thing out there? Which I think it is. And for Izzy, you got to realize, Izzy's from Nigeria, right? He's Nigerian. Mm-hmm. So you got to remember, Izzy was born in Africa, moved to New Zealand when he was a young kid, and got bullied because he didn't look like the other kids in New Zealand. So he grew up with that fire in his belly, not fitting in, getting made fun of because he didn't look like a New Zealander. They made fun of him from being from Africa. So you have this kid who is bullied for not being New Zealand, right? And has tremendous pride where he comes from and his roots in Africa. And then DDP's coach pokes that bear, and it goes deep for Izzy. You're talking about a guy, that's what makes Izzy who he is. And so you're kind of poking that, and you're saying, you're not really an African. Man, you fucked up. I'm going to tell you this now because, I do think Izzy's the best fighter we have on the roster. And one of the things about Izzy, if you learned anything about his last fight with Alex Pereira, is when you give Izzy a reason to train, you give him a reason to focus and a reason to get up in the morning and run those miles and put in the work that it takes to be at his level. When you give him not only a reason, but you give him the reason. Like Alex Pereira was, he was 2-0 against him. He hasn't beat him, and then he finally knocked him out. Insane. Chin bet against him, a piece of shit for it. But and I called it, and your boy called it. And it's whatever, dude. This is different though. This goes beyond that because now you're bringing in a cultural aspect to it, and you're touching nerves in Izzy that haven't been touched before. And you woke up the sleeping giant. It just so happens that sleeping giant is the best in the world. And I don't think you could tell, like even for DDP, he was uncomfortable in that inside the octagon when he was saying, when Izzy was saying that N-word and he was like, you're not my brother, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, DDP was like, what the fuck did I do? Now, on the other side of it, remember, DDP was coming off a Darren Till win, which, obviously he's not a world beater in any facet, but a good name. But still, you don't beat Darren Till, then jump to Izzy. But he got in the news because the coach posted that. So it got the attention of Izzy, for good or bad. It got the attention of Izzy, and we're talking about it. Then the UFC goes, okay, here's Derek Brunson. He beats him. They double down on it. You're like, okay. And Izzy's like, I hope he wins. I fucking hope. Really? I'm not from Africa? I'm not true African? Okay. I hope he wins. And Izzy was saying, I hope he wins. And then the UFC goes, oh, we got something here. Here's Robert Whittaker. Here you go. Here's Robert Whittaker. Good luck. Worst matchup in the world. But if you beat him, we got something here. Mm-hmm. He beats him. Y'all fucked up. Because now, and you can tell DDP, and I want to see now if DDP's team runs with this still. Because over there, it's getting a little dicey. And the last time we had kind of a cultural war like this, Conor and Khabib, if you remember that got, where like there's shit talking, and then when you cross the line, that's when it goes to, when Conor starts talking about Muslims and stuff like that, and kids, and it gets weird. It goes beyond the sport. Now, if you're the UFC, Dana's like evil, like, yes, right? But, I'm just curious if DDP's team now is going to, let's pull back on that. It's too late. It's too late. You're dealing with an African elephant in Izzy that never forgets. And we'll find, if you give him a reason to be motivated and focus and bring out the best in Izzy, my God, did you do it? And I think it got you the title shot, but your coach fucked up. Your coach fucked up. I really believe that. I think you woke up a sleeping giant, and you're going to get the best version of Izzy. Boy, is that tough to beat. Now, I think we've all learned in this space, don't doubt Du Plessis. The guy has skills. That being said, it got you the fight. Kudos. Be careful what you ask for.